Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman buried a fan at a recent show. The incident took place following WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. On night one of the Showcase of the Immortals, the Wiseman stood in CM Punk's corner for the latter's triple threat match against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman shockingly betrayed the straight-edge superstar and the tribal chief to align with the visionary, helping him secure a massive win over his opponents. Following the spectacle in Las Vegas, the 59-year-old legendary manager appeared on the Pat McAfee show. During the program, a fan from the audience yelled Paul Heyman's **** for backstabbing CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Never one to back down, the Wiseman delivered an interesting response, thoroughly silencing the heckler. Legend says top female WWE superstar could join Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. The WWE Raw, after WrestleMania 41 on April 21, 2025, saw Braun Breaker combine forces with the Wiseman and the Architect. In a chaotic closing segment of the Red Show, the Dog of WWE teamed up with Rollins and laid waste to the OTC and the Second City Saint. Interestingly, Becky Lynch also turned heel on Rayo for the first time in 3 years. After failing to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship with Lyra Valkyria, the man attacked her tag team partner. Speaking on the Busted Open podcast, Bubba Ray Dudley predicted that Big Time Bex could join her husband, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman as a member of the modern-day Dangerous Alliance. It remains to be seen what the new alliance of Heyman, Breaker, and Rollins brings to the table. Akash Dekate is a WWE news writer for Sportskeeda. From wallpapers on electronic devices to ringtones and alarms, WWE runs in the blood of Akash Dekate, giving him an ascendancy of knowledge about this sport. Since he was 3 years old, John Cena and The Undertaker mesmerized Akash's soul, allowing him to follow his never-give-up attitude. From the Champs Royal Rumble 2008 surprise entrance to his TLC match against Wade Barrett, to busting open Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules, to emotionally breaking down at WrestleMania 28. After losing the match against The Rock, Dekate breeds WWE. He has an experience in professional wrestling as a news writer, having over 514 live articles on the internet. Besides his love for WWE, Dekate is also a comedy writer and has occasionally performed as a stand-up comedian. Paul Heyman is no stranger to controversy. Whether he's delivering a passionate promo on WWE television or engaging in verbal sparring on social media, Heyman has built a career on his sharp tongue and razor-sharp wit. The former advocate for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns is known for never backing down from a challenge, especially not from the WWE universe. This week, Heyman once again made headlines after a fiery exchange with a WWE fan escalated into a full-blown online confrontation. It all started with a simple tweet. A fan took to X, formerly Twitter, to criticize Paul Heyman's recent on-screen involvement with the Bloodline storyline. The user accused Heyman of being washed up and clinging to relevance by hanging onto Roman Reigns' coattails. Normally, such criticism might go unnoticed or be brushed aside, but Heyman is not your typical WWE personality. Known for his outspoken nature and masterful command of the English language, he snapped back with a reply that sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Washed up. I'm the voice behind the most dominant reign in WWE history. You think that's washed up? Try leading a faction that broke records while reinventing the industry, then talk to me. Until then, sit down and acknowledge you're better. Paul Heyman. Within minutes, Heyman's reply went viral. WWE fans flooded the post with reactions, some praising Heyman's brutal honesty, others questioning whether he crossed a line. But one thing was certain. Heyman had once again proven that he's still one of the most polarizing and captivating figures in professional wrestling. Fan reactions. Divided but engaged. The WWE Universe has always been vocal, and Heyman's tweet ignited a firestorm of opinions. Many came to his defense, pointing out his pivotal role in not only managing Roman Reigns, but also in transforming the Bloodline into one of WWE's most compelling storylines in years. Paul Heyman carried this storyline on his back during Roman's absences. People forget how crucial he is to the psychology and pacing of the Bloodline. Show some respect. Others, however, argued that Heyman's best days were behind him, and that his mic work had lost some of the sharpness it was once revered for. Critics claimed that the storyline had grown repetitive, and that Heyman was simply recycling the same tired stick. But regardless of which side fans landed on, everyone was talking about Heyman, and that in itself is a testament to his influence. Heyman's legacy of verbal warfare. This isn't the first time Paul Heyman has clashed with a WWE fan, and it certainly won't be the last. Throughout his decades-long career, Heyman has been known to blur the lines between kayfabe and reality, whether in ECW, WWE, or behind the scenes as an executive. Heyman thrives in chaos. His legendary promo battles with superstars like CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns have become textbook material for aspiring wrestlers. He's not just a manager. He's a storyteller, a strategist, and in many ways, the brains behind the brilliance. So when a fan throws shade at Heyman, it's not just a criticism of his character, it's an attack on a man who has spent his life redefining what it means to be a wrestling personality. And Heyman doesn't take those attacks lightly. Backstage reaction. WWE officials and talent respond. According to insiders, WWE officials are well aware of Heyman's exchange with the fan. Rather than reprimand him, many backstage sources reportedly admired how he handled the situation. Paul being Paul. That's what makes him who he is. He protects the business like a lion protects his pride, said one veteran WWE producer. Even some WWE talent joined in on the conversation, with Kevin Owens liking Heyman's post and Bayley reposting it with a gif of someone dropping a mic. Clearly, Heyman's influence spans far beyond just his on-screen presence. Why this moment matters. In an era where social media plays a huge role in shaping wrestling narratives and fan engagement, Paul Heyman remains one of the few veterans who knows how to leverage it without losing the mystique of his character. This exchange with the fan wasn't just a clapback, it was a reminder of what makes professional wrestling so unique. Wrestling has always lived in the space between reality and fiction. When someone like Heyman interacts with a fan in such a visceral, real way, it reminds the audience that these performers are deeply invested in what they do. For Heyman, protecting his legacy and that of the Bloodline is not just part of the script, it's personal. The Bloodline's future and Heyman's role. With Roman Reigns absent from television since WrestleMania, Solo Sikoa has stepped into a leadership role, with Heyman caught in the middle of a shifting power dynamic. Fans have speculated that Heyman's role may soon evolve, or unravel, depending on where WWE Creative takes the story next. Recent episodes of SmackDown had shown Sikoa asserting more dominance, even going so far as to hint that Heyman's days with the Bloodline may be numbered. If Heyman finds himself ousted, it could set the stage for a new chapter, perhaps even his return as a mastermind behind another rising faction. Whatever happens, this much is certain. Paul Heyman will continue to be a force in WWE, both on and off the screen. Final thoughts. Paul Heyman's sharp reply to a WWE fan might seem like a small moment in the grand scheme of things, but it represents something much bigger. It shows that in an industry filled with scripted drama, there are still real emotions, real pride, and real investment from those who live and breathe this business. Whether you love him or hate him, Paul Heyman demands your attention. And if you dare to question his relevance, don't be surprised when the wise man delivers a verbal haymaker in return.